Hi, hello, happy Sabbath and Shabbat Shalom. Now, if you look at the day this is being posted and you look at the cactus in front of us, logically this thing should not be blooming. It's the wrong time of year. It is blooming. It's not theoretically supposed to be blooming. You know, this is like the middle of June. So, well, cool. That's kind of an unusual thing. I don't know if Mom's petunia up there is dying or she just hasn't watered it in a while or what, but it's not looking good. I haven't checked to see if the soil is moist or not. I think I'll do that right now, just in case it is just a fact that potentially that it's not dry. I don't think. Nice. Yeah, it's got some moisture. I don't know if it's enough. All my avocados over there, most of them, one of them looks like it keeled over and died on me. In which case, my own fault possibly for not watering it. Plus Mom came and watered it too much, I don't know. Anyhow, in here, Mom tried putting some of these in water and they actually started to rot. I need to repot these. I've got me another attempt at rooting a celery stalk. Only this time I've got me a gallon of willow bark extract to hopefully root them with. That's the idea anyhow. All our babies out here, as of this moment, hopefully are alive. Here's your raindrop. Here's your raindrop. Yes. There's a little white oak. Littlest one at the moment. Candy and rototiller up there, and Dilly Dill and Snowflake. Yeah, she's going to try to eat my clothes again. It's funny, as the other day, White Oak was in there trying to nurse from my leg or something. I'm like, I've never had that happen before. Weird look at her. Puppy. Everybody in here seems to be doing as well as possible at the moment. We've been blessed with enough rain lately that everything's still green and growing and nothing has wilted and died yet. Mom's little elephant ear plant has lost one leaf but gained another. The strawberry plants are struggling to flower and fruit. Let's go out here. The amount of moisture that we've gotten has somehow been adequate to keep this mud pit from drying out, I think. Something like that. And I have not yet gotten around to finishing a lot of things. In fact, there's not a lot I got done this week at all. I did technically gain some small amount of ground over here on the fence. Just a small amount when I have gotten done. And you may or may not have recalled, since without looking at the other videos, I've got a different pulling rig set up here. I've got some my brother's steel come-along straps here, and then I've got some hook straps from my own truck bed workings uncompleted. And I've got some of the old staples out of that fence, and they're up in this fence, but I need more staples to finish it. So, but it is kind of stapled up there. Again, I'm trying to get this all set up. Probably what I'm going to end up doing, because that may be breakable, is I'll probably end up putting another brace on here, but I will put the oak braces across here eventually. And all that will be minimum of 6 feet high all the way across. It'll start from that height or thereabouts, and it'll go across to the height over there, and that will in theory be a good solid too high for the boys to climb over with oak reinforcement. This mystery herb, again, whether it's a mustard, a beet, a radish, or whatever, since I boxed it in, has been growing pretty well. It's generally lush and filled out. I don't know that it'll go to seed. It may not. Probably what will end up happening is near the end of the year, if I haven't identified it, is I'll just cut a bunch of the good green off of it and have a dinner with it. You know, cook it down as a green. I'm glad this has had a chance to thicken up and thatch in some. Although I assure you, once we put the babies out on it, it'll get pretty much obliterated in a short hurry. Sad truth of the matter is, anywhere you've got tightly packed goats, you've got no growth. Then I try to get the dock seed off of here. In fact, I'm thinking what I'm going to try to do with the dock seed is I'm going to try to germinate it, sprout it, and make a crop out of it. Maybe difficult, maybe impossible, I don't know. Again, this is yet to be finished. That's why it's possible to walk between the fields. They're effectively not a field at the moment. They're not effectively two separate fields. The dock up here, I think the boys have pretty much left off of for the most part. Here's another one of those little mustardy looking plants. And again, there's one there, and there's another one over there. Again, whatever they are, I hope they grow pretty well because I like them. They taste good. I think they're fully safe to eat. We have some poke growing, which of course will probably get destroyed once the goats are in here full time. Since poke is a perennial though, if they don't destroy it, there's another one of them mustards down there and another one. I'm hoping a lot of them, wherever they came from, will grow up in here. Some of them are getting trampled and nibbled by the boys since I feed them right there. I had this hiding a potential breed of dock over here, but apparently they found it, uncovered it, and potentially fully devoured it. I don't see it anymore. I don't even see where it was. You know, you'd think, well, it's just one of many docks. Well, it may have had a different flavor from the other docks or fragrance. So, either way, I don't need this over here anymore. And, anyway, it's just kind of like wherever it was, I can't find it now. And, so, if it's alive, I couldn't tell it from anything else. It's lost its bright red vein coloring. Over here where they bit the tops off the dock, they went ahead and put new tops on, and they're putting on seeds anyhow. So again, hopefully I'll have a large harvest of those. Maybe someday I'll have a real crop of them raised. Probably just won't be in a field where there's goats. Haven't done anything else more with my hematite. Haven't picked very much. I grabbed a handful. I haven't finished my house assembly work yet. I'm way behind on so much stuff. It's terrible. They, whether it was the boys or the deer, somebody came through here and obliterated my oldest gentian. And when I say obliterated, I mean, if you get right up here and you look right at it, right here, there used to be a plant sticking out of here with 4 big fronds. Now there's just the stump left. So somebody come through there and destroyed it. At least for this year. I don't know if they've destroyed it forever or if it'll come back. But it's not doing well right now, I assure you. That was very sad because I was hoping, like everything, we'd get some flowers and some seeds off of that to propagate. But, well, all I can hope is that somewhere there's some more gentians that'll make seeds and grow. Now getting over here, that grapevine, I've written it off for the year even if it makes a fruit or two because it just didn't do anything. This grapevine, the one down there has got flowers all over it and it'll probably make fruit all over the place. This one, even where it was covered from the rain, still all the flowers died. So it's pretty much a hopeless case. Now you notice, see, the boys got in here, especially Mr. Snookums, and obliterated our tiger lilies, so they're not going to flower this year, unfortunately. However, it does look like they've been over here trampling and trompling on these grapevines, tearing them up because, well, grapevines are edible to a goat. So, the cucumbers they haven't bothered with. Potatoes, they took a couple bites out before, but not recently. And they've been devouring the grapevine itself instead of everything hanging off the grapevine, which I'm not happy about, but short of putting them in a cage, I can't stop them from that. But Mom's 4 tomato plants, you know, they've taken some beatings and trampling, are doing fair. Her sage plant is alive but doesn't look very good. Her basil plant has a couple flowers on it, may go to seed, and her cotton plant is still alive, barely. Although, not necessarily because they've eaten on it, but because it just doesn't seem to be doing well. Over here, these tomato plants seem to be, one's good and lush, the other one's kind of got spindly leaves on it, which I'm not for sure what that's about, but curly leaf of some kind. And I don't know what from, but it's not good. The raspberries put on a couple more berries, but not much. The blackberries are putting on fruit. Blackberry is putting on fruit, but not a lot. I mowed over here because the other day I saw this thing covered in mulberries. Well, no sooner than I finished mowing it, I come back the next day, and most of the mulberries are gone. So I wasted my time again. I see a single lone mulberry up there, or two, here and there, but something got in here after I mowed this place here and turned around and wiped out the mulberry crop that I was going to harvest. Seems the story of my life. Just when I'm ready to pick it, something else picks it for me, or before me. Now, of all the wildflowers that are growing through here, a lot of Queen Anne's lace, a lot of fleabane daisy. Looks like the roses have just about finished blooming. I didn't catch very much of that round. One thing that's blooming very well that I need to get out there and pick, though, is my horse mint. I've got a lot of it growing out here. Not maybe as much as I'd want to be growing, but I've got a lot of it growing out here. And I need to pick it pretty soon because I need to dry it and, you know, crush it up for the horse mint. Which people say, well, you're going to have a surplus, what are you going to use it for? Whatever I use it for. Probably give it away to people at the feast, I don't know. The purple coneflowers don't look as vibrant as the horse mint do. Although the purple coneflowers will last longer. They start blooming sooner and end blooming later. There's some mimosa flowers over here going on. Yeah, there's some mimosa flowers. Good deal. They'll make seeds that'll grow up and become like little weeds around, and they'll have to get eaten off or mowed or whatever because they'll be a real plague when they're full size. Kind of a thing. The only reason we've got so many flowering flowers this year, of course, as we've had, is simply because of the fact we've had an abundance of rain. There's more black-eyed Susan. Somewhere around here, and it could have just been my imagination, I think I actually saw another gladiola, as in one that I'd never seen before. If I can find it, I'm going to document it. It's possible that I won't see it, but it's possible that it's right here. And, you know, in other words, it could be my imagination, or it could be there was really a gladiola over here. The one's really big and healthy looking over there. But I thought there was one right in here somewhere. Not to be confused with all the long-bladed grass. No, that's not it. Could just been my imagination. I don't know. I hate to say it. Sometimes that happens is I think I see things and then turn around later on and find out that nope, I just imagined it. So the one gladiola here will possibly make a flower, and the other one, which I believe is this column right here, does not appear to be ready to make a flower. I still can't imagine why I thought I saw a third plant or colony of plants, but I thought I had for some reason. And it may not have been. In fact, it may have even been an iris. Although irises have a different layout than a gladiola. If I was not doing well that day, I might have accidentally mistaken one for the other. Well, I can't find it. If it's there, we'll know for sure if it flowers. And they go, wow, yeah, there it is. But since I haven't seen any flowers there, it'd be like, oh well, maybe it ain't there. Maybe I just dreamt it up. So yeah, these poor little coneflowers up here look really terrible. They're really pale. They're missing nutrients, I'm pretty sure. Probably phosphorus or something that they need for their rich, vibrant colors. Or it could just be the soil's too acidic. I don't know. But yeah, unfortunately they're not doing well. Again, the horse mint's doing really well. All it just needed was a lot of water, and it just grows like a weed. An herbal medicinal weed, but a weed in one way. I mean, I hope it does propagate really abundantly, but that's because I know it's valuable. Especially if I get large amounts, I can actually make an income off of it. It's also known as bee balm. It's used by herbalists because it's good for all sorts of therapeutic skin and lung issues and digestive issues. This vine has flowered this year. So far it hasn't been wiped out too bad by the goats. And the wild lettuce over there that's just a stalk, because it's been wiped out pretty bad by the goats. They seem to have been paying less attention to the vines and more attention to the bushes this year, because they've eaten up a lot of the sunflowers too. And over here, wherever these purple flowers are, they've almost completely finished blooming. They're just real pale now because they've, some of them anyhow. Again, whatever they are, very few of them left unfinished. They've pretty much done their thing for the year. And then the white touch-me-nots are there, but they don't look great. Everything, some things are really doing great, some things are really barely doing. Oh, the boys got over here and got into my peach tree. Took them a while, but they finally found it. Chopped the top off of it. It's not doing great right now. I gotta put up a bigger, stronger cage around it. They went right over the top of it, chewed the top off of it completely, and really mangled it pretty severely. I'll just say they pruned it for me. Anyhow, so it's not doing as well as it should. And it was looking really good. It was about that tall and had good growth on it and everything. Now it's been devoured down. And they've been devouring the the filberts here, hazelnuts somewhat. Although the hazelnuts are fighting back best they can. They're putting on new growth and stuff. So they hopefully will survive long enough for me to get the boys in some kind of prison camp where I can keep them from destroying the rest of it. And finally, it's been a while, we've got a decent amount of floral trumpet vine here. And I say it's been a while. I don't remember ever seeing actually very much in the way of trumpet vine flowers around here, even though they've been here. This year they seem to have taken off pretty well, and they're doing fairly good compared to previous years. Now they're not like some people's, but if you look down here at the ground on here, you see all the all the trumpet vine flowers, they just don't stay on the tree, on the vine very long. They come and fall the same day practically. I don't remember if they're a high nectar plant or not. In other words, I don't know if they would make good honey or if I had bees or not, but it strikes me that I had one once and it was quite sweet. Like lilies, like daylilies, are very sweet. They're actually edible. Oh, they're poisonous. No, they're not. They're lilies. Same family as onions. People eat onions all the time, and onion flowers, and everybody dies from nothing. Nobody dies at all from it. I got some goodies again this week. Some people threw out some stuff. Baby cart. This thing is a rowing machine. And what I've decided to do with it is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a fence post tool with it. That'll combine between stretching fences, fence wire at one angle, and being a ramrod for a trip hammer the other direction. So one it'll be vertical and it'll hammer the post, drive post in the ground. The other it'll be horizontal and it'll stretch wire across from post to post. Then this thing, some kind of weird exercise machine or another. Not sure exactly how it works, but and again, they were all free. Somebody, well, they were all pretty beat up and rusty and stuff, so they were donated as garbage that somebody didn't really want, and they just figured that by donating it, they wouldn't have to pay to get rid of it. So, and then people could claim innocence that they weren't just dumping their trash on the poor thrift store, but that's what they were doing. So the thrift store just put it out as free, and you know, I took it because I do that if it's metal anyway. Anyhow, so nothing has happened inside here, so unfortunately I don't have anything to brag about in here. It's been a very, very sick week. I've mostly spent my time not trying to plagiarize a certain racing event. I've been sick all week is what I meant to say there, and nothing to do with race cars, unfortunately. And so I really didn't even feel like coming out and doing this report today, but I went ahead and did it anyhow, and I feel pretty rotten right now, but what can I say? I'm just really old, worn down. Hopefully I'll live long, but maybe I won't. Maybe I'll die soon. Hopefully not, but you know, it is whatever God wants. You know, not my will, but thy will be done. So that's all I got to report about this week, and I kind of really wasted a lot of people's time, but it's more for my own diary than anything. So, till next week, or whenever I next do, hopefully I'll do a report next week, but anyhow, shalom and have a wonderful rest of your day and week.